morning, everyone. As a young kid, I have repeatedly been asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? So I always had a new answer. I said I wanted to be a doctor, a pilot, a spy, detective, an aeronautical engineer, an IT researcher, a businessman, etc. And this list was never ending. As I grew up, I realized to be what I wanted, I had to study and crack some entrance exams before I fulfilled my dream. This was a hurdle, and I took up the challenge. I started studying, training myself in topics which I didn't enjoy or didn't take the time to enjoy, but I knew were necessary to crack my entrance exam. I got caught in a rat race. I cracked my entrance exams. I now thought my hurdle was crossed. However, I realized I was now under the control of so many external factors. I wanted to be a mechanical engineer, but then mechanical engineering was tough to get. So I asked myself, what else do I like? I introspected, did some research, and convinced myself that mechatronics isn't bad. It is new and exciting. I was convinced I'm going to take up mechatronics now. But as I researched further, I saw robotics being used to help humans. I learned that there is another field I never heard about, and it's called biomedical engineering. Now, I was curious about how machines were designed and how machines work, but I was also curious about how the human body, the most complex of machines, work. In biomedical engineering, I get the best of both worlds. I can study engineering and also the human body. I was thrilled. During my engineering, I saw myself stuck in the same rat race again. I had to study to pass my exams. I didn't get time to enjoy my subjects. I was rather disappointed. I spent a lot of time exploring different subjects and topics, which there was one topic which caught my attention. It was an exoskeleton. It's pretty much like an Iron Man suit, but it really helped paraplegics, people who are paralyzed waist down, to walk again. And this blew my mind. I was shocked to know how important what I studied was. I can help save lives, I can make lives better. I wanted to make an exoskeleton, but I had no idea how. I had learned some stuff in college, but nothing taught me how to make an exoskeleton. I now had this target, and I told myself I am going to do whatever it takes to make an exoskeleton. I turned to the biggest teacher, the internet. I learned about electronics, PCB design, mechanical CAD software, and every other thing that was needed to make an exoskeleton. I managed a few prototypes. As you can see, it has evolved. But the only thing I didn't have was enough money to make a full-sized exoskeleton. Now I had to solve this challenge of time. How do I arrange for money to make an exoskeleton? I learned that I can apply for a grant and raise some money to start. A grant needs a business proposal. So I had to figure out the business proposal, and this introduced me to entrepreneurship. My grant application got rejected multiple times. I had to pause, reflect, make changes, and then proceed. I realized that I was heading in the wrong direction. So I did a course correction. I started from scratch again. I learned about design thinking and biodesign. I took up observations in several hospitals where I spent hours shadowing doctors, nurses, technicians, patients, and even their families. I tried to understand what was needed. What is something that someone would pay for? And after months, I had close to 300 such needs. Everything seemed exciting and was difficult to choose. But then I paused and reflected. I understood what my strengths are and what I wanted to achieve and where I can start. And with this was born BeAble Health, a company which solves the need for intensive, engaging rehabilitation therapy by making it fun. The first problem which we are solving is related to the rehabilitation of the upper limbs. We found that stroke affects more than 18 lakh individuals every year in India, and a large percentage of these individuals needed rehabilitation therapy. And we realized if they don't do the rehab therapy, they will remain disabled. So we came up with a solution to solve this problem. But the problem can't be solved overnight. It required years of sleepless nights Thousands of hours of work, testing, problem solving, and an amazing team to reach where we are today. We made 6 prototypes. We tested our prototypes, got feedback from the patients and therapists. We took the feedback, modified our device, and tested it again. During this, we encountered problems every day, and we always had to pause, reflect on the situation, and then plan our next step. Failure has been a part of the journey, but so has success. Today, our device is in production and will hit the market commercially soon. This is one of our patients using the early prototype of Amiable. His left side was paralyzed. After a few days, he regained control over his left hand and started training it further. Here is another patient struggling to make basic movements. Later, he regained control over his arm movements, and this helped him get back to his normal life. This is my story so far. The one message I wanted you to take away is there are so many opportunities waiting. In a world where there are thousands of problems waiting to be solved, try to be a person who can solve problems rather than creating more. Be what you want and do what you enjoy. Today, when I sleep, I am at peace as I know my work is making a difference. And I wake up early, eagerly every day because I know I have to make a difference. The answer to what I wanted to be when I grow up wasn't the one which I said in the beginning. What I really wanted was to be happy, do what I love, and to make a difference in someone's life. Thank you.